Okay. A big game last night, and my boy showed up with the VVS diamonds in his neck. I said, if we win this game against the Chiefs, I'm gonna get you iced out, because if Slim's iced out, then 2-5 gotta be iced out. If you see him, and then now you done see me. That's what we do, baby. You see my boy iced up, you see me iced. That's what we do. VVS diamonds. VVS diamonds. Come on to the desk, because this is Speak. It's time to speak to y'all, America.
When the Eagles win, you already know what it is. Slim is going to be in the building. Shady, who's the jeweler for Slim's, big dog?
Oh, man, my man Sean Juice from Philadelphia, man.
Whoa!
He done got us all iced up. Yeah, you know, he comfortable now.
He is comfortable on this show.
Like, you know
Hey, Slim, Papa Squad, big dog, you're going to be hanging out with us for a while. On the far end, that's James Jones. To the right, the brilliant Joy Taylor. And to my right, Eagles all-time rushing leader, LeSean, Shady, McCoy, and Slim. He needs no introduction.
Wait, is this Slim's coffee?
That's Slim's cup, big dog. That's Slim's cup. Make sure you put that.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. And in case Slim just, we get right there. Slim, that's you.
What's up, bro? What's up?
That's all you, Slim. Yeah. All right, family, let's get to 1st and 10, because the game was the most watched game I just saw in the last 25 plus years of Monday night history. Eagles, Chiefs, the whole world was watching. But the question for me is this. James, did the best team win? Because you saw it at the very end of the game. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 51-yard bomb, goes off at his fingertips. It's a drop. Patrick Mahomes, he played a winnable game, but Travis Kelce, he fumbles. Patrick Mahomes has an errant throw in the end zone. Byard gets a pick. Eagles win, Chiefs lose. But did the best team win? And watch your mouth around Slim.
Wait. Before you answer, real quick. Have you ever dropped the ball like that?
Yes, I have.
Why? Like, 50-yard, why?
Wide open.
Woo!
Bop, bop. I mean, we showed one in the playoffs when I dropped it against Philly. You know, even though we still beat y'all. That's old stuff, though. We ain't talking about that. But, yes, the best team did win. And the reason why I say the best team won is I understand MVS dropped that pass, but you scored 0 points in the second half. You know, so you could put it on one play if you want to, which I am, because, I mean, that's why Slim here today, because the game over. But at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles came out after halftime, locked them boys down, 0 points in the second half. And we always talk about the big-time players making big-time plays when the game is on the line. And that's what Jalen Hurts did. Jalen Hurts made big-time plays when the game was on the line to win that football game. But this is how Philadelphia have been winning all year.
True.
I don't care if it's a good team. I don't care if it's a bad team. I don't care what team it is. A close game, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to come out on top and win a football game. It don't matter who the quarterback is, who the other guys are on the other team. And they gutted themselves to another win, and I believe they are the best team.
Better watch your mouth. You say something about the Eagles, he looking at you like...
I'm giving Eagles credit. You just scared.
Shady's like, whatever you did, don't do that again.
Hey, Slim, you enjoy his one shot, big dog. You enjoy his one
It's
shot.
all good. It's all good. Which way am I sliding? Here we go. I can share it with Slim. It's all right.
Joy, did the best team win the game last night?
Yeah, they did. I think they did. Now, obviously, the Chiefs are historically, over the past few years, the better team. And, you know, I think that was reflected for the most part over the game until the second half. Look, we've been debating how good both of these teams are all season. So the matchup going the way that it did is actually not surprising, because the Chiefs haven't been scoring at a tick that they usually score at. Their offense hasn't been the way that they're winning games. I agree, Slim.
Yo, can we talk about how artistic the shot is?
Yeah, no, it does. It's like you know.
Go back to Joy's one. Go back to Joy's one real quick, Reg. Go back to Joy's one. Can we talk about how artistic that shot is with Slim right there? Joy, you go ahead and preach.
He like, what I want? That's the thing, though.
And Philadelphia, whoa. Philadelphia finds ways. Well, now I think the shot is done. Oh, he said he's done with the chain too. He
done dropped my money out of. Oh, he done dropped my ice.
So he wants to go natural. Anyway, the Eagles have found ways to win all season long, and that's why I say that the Eagles are the better team right now. I don't think we really need to overthink this too much. We saw them up against the best competition in the AFC, and they came out victorious. They made the plays that they needed to make. The defense made plays. Jalen Hurts made plays when he needed to. And right now, I think the Eagles are just the better team. Now, that doesn't mean that this is how it's going to turn out at the end of the season. But right now, at this point in the season, we have our answer.
Yeah, I think my favorite stat that I heard, 2-5, my favorite stat about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles, in the last 15 games, Jalen Hurts was 14-1. In the last 20 games, Jalen Hurts is 18-2. In the last 30 games, Jalen Hurts is 27-3. So I do think it's fair to say that the best team won last night because having a 10-point deficit in bad weather, in Arrowhead, the loudest place to play for my money in the National Football League, and you rallied from that. You gave up 100 yards rushing in the first half. The Chiefs could do whatever they wanted to the Eagles. Then defensively, the Eagles buttoned up. They figured things out in the second half. They got it going. Though Jalen Hurts statistically did not play a marvelous nor miraculous game, in the second half, he made that one necessary throw. That one pivotal throw to Devontae Smith, sideline shaded. To me, the best team won the game, but you get the final thought on this question.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that the best team won this game. It's the Eagles. I mean, and the good thing about this game is that you measure yourself against a really, really good opponent. Andy Reid off the bye, let me tell you this, he's the best at it.
Excellent.
When we have a bye week, I don't care who the opponent is.
Hold on. Hey, Slim, shady talking, big dog.
No, I'm mad at you.
I'm just saying.
We beefing.
He's not even looking at you.
You know why?
He's not even looking. Can you get some respect on this set, though?
We beefing because where his diamonds at? I got you diamonds. If I'm shining, why you not shining? We won. That was the deal.
I need some respect this way,
I
Slim.
got you VVS. Where my VVS?
It's new for him. Maybe it was hurting his neck. You know?
Eagles all-time rushing leader needs some respect when he's there. Go ahead, Shady. Go ahead. Shady.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just that look at the game. And they put us against the Chiefs. Really, really good team. I mean, they beat us in the Super Bowl for a reason. And then we get to this game, and we didn't really play great either, though. Everybody's talking about the drops for the Chiefs and Scantling dropping the ball. He always had butter hands, by the way. But anyway, we didn't play well either. And we adjusted, and we kept going and going and going. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we finished that game strong. And then you ask me, are we the best team? Did the best team win? Yes. Each week we do this. For example, we beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, right, on the road, Monday night. It's so hard to win games like that. Then we play the Dolphins. We beat the Dolphins at home. Really, really good team. Every time we crown a team that's supposed to be the best in the league, we beat them. True. The Cowboys. I remember you guys up there saying, oh, my God, they beat 40-0. They're so great. Dak Prescott on it. We beat them at home. So it's like, how are we not the best team in football? Right now, it has to be us.
Well, then, with that being said, do you think James Jones at Mahomes needs more help? Because, Joy, you saw it. Patrick Mahomes, I think it's fair to say that he had a better game than Jalen Hurts. If you're watching the tape, not necessarily looking at a stat line, he had a better game than Jalen Hurts. But Travis Kelce has a pivotal drop in the fourth quarter. He made up for it on fourth down. But then he had a pivotal fumble. Shout out to Bradley Roby, acquired on October 3rd with the great punch-out. But then MVS could have easily at least put the Chiefs in position to win the game. Jalen Hurts would have had another 50 seconds or so to go down and score. But Patrick Mahomes did enough to win. Does Mahomes need more help?
Well, we've been saying that. We've been saying Patrick Mahomes needs more help. They do not have a number 2 playmaker. We've been saying that. And yes, everybody can say Patrick Mahomes covers that stuff up, but eventually it's going to come back and bite you, you know? And thank God it happened, yesterday, and it didn't happen in the playoffs yet. But this team has been dropping footballs all season long. They've been dropping passes. But I don't even care about the drop passes. Drop passes are going to happen. If you play receiver long enough in this league, you are going to drop passes. MVS will probably drop another one if he keeps playing, right? Travis Kelce will probably drop another one if he keeps playing. You're going to drop passes as a pass catcher. It's going to happen. For me, it was the miscommunication with these young fellas. And I got some plays to show you, but when you talk about a go ball, this is a touchdown. You are running into the post, and this is a straight-up one-on-one go ball. Where are you running? The safety is inside. The ball's in a perfect spot for a walk-in touchdown. And then right here, MVS, this is a high corner. You keep this thing high to the back line, so you leave the sideline for Patrick Mahomes to miss the throw. If you pause it right here, look at this angle going towards the sideline. Patty ain't got no room to miss that throw. And that's why the ball is there, and you even see Patrick Mahomes on the live TV thing saying, keep the angle high. That's the play. So for me, drops are going to happen. When you're not on the same page with your receivers, or your receivers are not on the same page with you, especially your number 2 and your 3 receiver, when Travis Kelce is getting doubled, that's a problem. And it's going to be hard for them to overcome that against the good football teams.
Yeah, and they're not scoring at the rate that they used to score. And they've been relying a little bit on their defense this year. That's just not... That's not their DNA. We talk a lot about teams' DNA. It's not their DNA. 22.5 points per game is the worst for the Chiefs since 2014. They've only scored more than 21 points once since Week 6. They're 4-0 this year in 4 games where they score more than 22 points. They outscore people. They are an offensive team. So to rely on defense is just not, it's not the DNA that they have. And it is concerning, because last year we were genuinely concerned. What is this offense going to look like without Tyreek Hill? We got an answer. Well, they're kind of running it back again with the same kind of questions, only this year it's actually hurting the offense. Patrick Mahomes was not the issue last night. You showed the miscommunications. We know about the drops. You've got fumbles. And when your best player, other than Patrick Mahomes, is costing you in that way, you really have no chance. Because, I mean, mostly Travis Kelce is excellent. Yeah. But if he's also going to be making mistakes, it's really hard to overcome that. So I don't want to panic. Like, I don't want to judge one game and let everything devolve into madness. This is a great football team. They have the DNA of greatness. They have the coaching of greatness. They have quarterback play of greatness. Their defense is playing at a high level. They just need to sort out what's going on with the offense.
Here's my question, though. Should we be panicked? Because I wasn't until I heard your take. It wasn't one game. Based upon your take and the stats that you just presented, which are very eloquent, is the fact that the Eagles' offense is as bad as the Eagles' offense has been under Patrick Mahomes. So as I listen to you, the Chiefs' offense, as bad as it's been under Patrick Mahomes. So as I'm listening to you, I'm actually getting more and more panicked because I'm like, what is going to fix it? Trade deadline over. You can't acquire somebody via trade. Juju Smith, for as bad as he wasn't even bad last year, but as bad as we think he is in perception, he had, I think, 950 yards last year. He's not coming back. They tried to acquire Mecole Hardman. I ain't see him on the field, for whatever the case may be. So what can the Chiefs do? Shady, should we be panicked? Because last year without Tyreek Hill, number one offense, yards, number one offense in points. This year, the difference can't just be Juju. It can't just be Juju.
Yeah, I want to say he needs more weapons, right? But Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, they're that good where they can win with the offense they do have. There's no other quarterback in the league, in my opinion, I don't care who the quarterback is, that can go out there and be 7-3 with the Chiefs' offense, with the skill players they have around them. No other quarterback can do that. But Patrick Mahomes can. And I think that one thing they could do better at, you could correct fumbles. You can correct drop passes. Those things you can correct. And I think that it's got to get, I don't know what it is, it's going to click eventually. The way they're winning games is not the typical Chiefs way of winning. But they are winning. I think that having a coach like Andy Reid, who's the best coach in football, right? They have a culture there, a winning culture. That when you get there, it's like the Eagles at the door, we're all trying to win. They'll be better. They didn't play really well last night, and they almost won that game. So I think the Chiefs will be better. I just think that they have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. He can win at any given moment.
They'll be better, but will they be Super Bowl better? For the Chiefs, it's about Super Bowls. You literally have a ring with the Chiefs. No other analyst on national television doing a daily show can say that. So you know exactly what it takes for a Kansas City Chiefs team to win a Super Bowl. Will they be Super Bowl better? That's my question, because nobody is walking into the door to fix the Chiefs. Now, they might have enough. If Kelce don't fumble in the red zone, that might be enough. If MVS catches that ball, that might be enough. But I do think it's fair to say the Chiefs don't have the margin for error that they used to have.
This is my thing, though, man. Like, looking at the Chiefs this year and last year, they are struggling this year. But, I mean, if you look at the skill position, it's the same. I mean, you talked about Juju. Juju was okay. He was all right. But he wasn't that big of a player to, like, miss him that much.
But he looks like one. Because think about it. Tell me this and educate me. I'm not trying to educate me. Why then, given the fact that Watson is still there, Pacheco's still there, he's a second-year player, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is still there, Travis Kelce is still there, Mecole Hardman is now still there, MVS still. Given all of that, why are the Chiefs not number one in points, which they were last year? Now I think they're 14th. Why are they not number one in yards, which they were last year? Now I believe they're 8th. Then what is it? If it's not just Juju, what is it?
Well, first of all, in football, everything ain't going to be perfect every year.
Of course.
It's not going to be like that, right? This team is a good team. It's 7-3 for a reason, right? We can't talk about them like they just the bottom of the crop team. They're not. They had a bad game and they lost. They're 7-3. The goal was never to be undefeated.
Of course.
And I think going forward, because even small things like Travis Kelce in the clutch, he's a clutch player. I want the ball in his hands. Andy Reid wants the ball in his hands. He fumbled last night and had a critical drop on some of the third downs. Right? But that's not Travis Kelce. So my thing is, like, they have to get better, like every other team. Just that we look at them in a different light because who they are and the things they accomplished. But they still have the best coach in football. They still have the best quarterback in football.
Is that enough? Is that enough?
Yes, enough.
Is that enough?
Yes. If we feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in football, now we all can agree on that, right?
Yes.
Thank God. My man, hello? Okay, thank you. You, because sometimes you with the Cowboys, you be with the Niners.
I'm with the Niners, bang, bang.
Oh, but okay.
I think the Eagles.
My thing is, so having the best coach, the best quarterback, and then the best culture, we still have that. And then our defense is actually playing really, really well last night. That's the first time I've seen the Eagles struggle against a pass rush like that. I haven't seen the Eagles struggle against They did. So my thing is, yes, they lost this game. Cool. It's not the end of the world. Let me ask y'all this. Since we talking about the Chiefs as in we're so worried or panicking, if they make it to the Super Bowl, you guys will not be surprised, right?
Not at all.
That's what I'm saying. So this is still the Chiefs. They just got to get it together. We need them role players to start stepping up, catching the ball. And that's one thing you can correct. You can't correct bad attitude, bad habits, and bad energy and bad effort. You can't correct that. But you can correct the drop pass, right? I don't know now Scanlon, his hands is bad, but everybody else you can correct that. You correct fumbles. I'm sure Wednesday, because today they'll have like a meeting about everything. But Wednesday, they'll go over how to protect the ball. They have all them drills, and there'll be like an emphasis on that. Let's protect the ball. Let's catch the ball. All them type of things. You correct it.
Quick question.
For who?
For you.
Okay. I got it, Slim.
Because I know you were there when Eric Bieniemy was there. Does this have anything to do with Eric Bieniemy not being there? How big of a role did he have in this?
Now, one thing I will say about Eric Bieniemy, I give him some credit on, is he was big on all the small things, like protecting the ball, tucking the ball, hustling, all them type of things, catching the ball over and over again. He was big on them type of things, all the small details. As far as this, like the offense of how it looks, because I've seen a lot of, they were comparing the Washington Commanders, offense with the Chiefs, and you can't do that just because, the skill positions is way, way different. Patrick Mahomes had them boys over there. Thank God the Eagles, we probably would have won that game last night. So my thing is just, I think Eric Bieniemy had a good thing with as far as the discipline. I think one thing that he's good at is everybody's going to be accountable, and he's big on all the small things. He wants that done. So that probably had a little effect.
Let's talk then about the Super Bowl shine, Joy, because the Chiefs obviously won the Super Bowl last year, but 5 straight AFC championship games, they don't look as dominant. They just don't. They still win in 7-3, but they don't look as dominant as they did last year when they was slapping boys around, including the Super Bowl when they scored 38 points to win against this same Eagles defense that was actually better last year than it is this year. Is the Super Bowl shine off the Chiefs?
No, it's not. It's not. Shady just asked it. They're one of the very few teams that if we said we knew that they were going to be in the Super Bowl, because we fast forward to February, then the Super Bowl, absolutely no one is surprised. If you had to pick a team right now, you have to pick a team. You got to put your house on a team who's going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
In it or win it?
I'm sorry. Win the Super Bowl.
Then I'd go Chiefs. In it, I'd probably go Eagles. If I had to put my house.
Your house?
I'd probably go Eagles over the Chiefs. I think so. Eagles only got to beat the Niners to me. Chiefs got to beat
fine. Either way, the next choice would probably be the Chiefs. Like, they're still there. So let's
putting the small house up, not the big one.
my point is that who has been dominant this year? Who has been dominant against? Let me be specific, because people like to get very excited and send me these messages. Who has been dominant against other good teams this year? Against other good teams, dominant.
Niners. That's it.
We beat 3 top teams.
Texas.
But she said dominant.
Dominant.
She said dominant. That's why I said Niners.
I don't think nobody really.
Well, let's be honest about this year. That we have not seen a super high-level quarterback play really all year, with the exceptions of a few games here and there. Nothing has been consistent. No, there's no offense that can, from start to finish, can come out and just say, we them boys, all right? Like, nobody can do that. Not against the good teams, sometimes against the bad teams. Nobody's been consistent like that this year. Everyone is sort of right here. Just there's bubbling right here, and then there's here, and anything could change. So if you're asking me if the Super Bowl shine is off, absolutely not, because just because there's more parity this year and they feel like they've come back to the pack, they still have, like Shady said, the best quarterback in the league. They still have the best coach in the league, and their defense is playing at a high level. So while their margin for error may not be as great because people have felt like they've pulled closer, they still have the knowledge of how to win. They have greatness in the building. They have greatness in their DNA. So I can't sit here and say the Super Bowl, shine is off. How? If their Super Bowl shine is off, who got Super Bowl shine on them other than the Eagles?
I don't know that anybody does. James, answer me this. Is it fair, in 2-5, I think you played against this team, is it fair for me to feel about the Chiefs how I felt about the Seahawks in 2015-16? Remember the Seahawks in 13-14, you was like, oh, God. Richard Sherman, Cam, Earl Thomas, Bobby Wagner in their prime. You had Bruce Irvin up front. You had one of the Bennett brothers, Martellus or maybe Michael. You had Michael Bennett. I was like, God, dog. But then by about 16, you was like, wait a second now. This ain't that same Legion. This ain't that same. This ain't that same Legion that went to 2 straight. Nah, this ain't them. Because some cats was up out of there, some cats is hurt. This ain't that same squad. That Super Bowl shine, this ain't them. Is it fair to say that about the Chiefs? Like, hold on a second now. This ain't the same Travis Kelce. This ain't the same. Oh, Tyreek Hill ain't there. Is it fair to feel as though this Chiefs team ain't that Chiefs team? Last year they were 14-3. This year they're 7-3. Same amount of losses through 10 games as they had through 17 games. Is that a fair assessment?
It's not. You know why? Because it's one person at the Legion of Boom and everybody ain't having. That's 15. and that's Patty Mahomes. So whenever he is under center, the shine is bright because he can beat anybody in the National Football League at any time. You know, like we're watching that game in the first half of that game. I was thinking to myself, the Eagles ain't as good as the Chiefs. I'm like, man, the Chiefs finna run away with this thing in the first half. I'm like, they not as good. They scored 10 points in like 3 minutes. I'm like, they finna run away with this thing. And then the Eagles came out in the second half and buckled down, but Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback. So that means the shine ain't never going nowhere until this young fella retires. Point blank, period. He is going to make everybody around him better. Yes, does it suck that these receivers have almost 30 drops, you know, over the course of the season? Sure, but Patrick Mahomes has showed us with our own 2 eyes that he can overcome anything and everything in this league and get his team to that Super Bowl and not just get them there, but win it. So it'll always be shine. I will never question Patrick Mahomes strictly because of what he's done in the National Football League.
Slim always gets active when you start talking, James.
Yeah, Slim better chill out.
Shady, final question. I got the same question for everybody on the desk, 2-5. If the game is played again, Shady, Eagles or Chiefs, like when you leave that game, do you leave that game feeling more confident than the Eagles would win or the Chiefs would win if and when they see each other again?
You asked me from watching the game?
Yes, sir. After watching the game, are you like, if a game's played again, where would you put your money?
That's a tough question. That's a good question, actually. You know, watching the game, I felt like both teams didn't really play well, right? But the one thing about the Eagles that caught my eye is that it's how they finished the game. Yeah, we played terrible in the first half. Let's buckle down. Let's get this thing together, right? When they needed turnovers, they got them. They needed a big play, right? Jalen Hurts wasn't great all game, right? But what impressed me is that, okay, he stayed poised. Yeah. I got you. Then he gave it to us. Boom. Devontae Smith down the sideline. So they showed me a lot, man, how to finish the game. But on the other side with the Chiefs, it's like, yo, if they catch the ball and do all the small things, right? Not even the big stuff, but the small things. It's a different game. So that's really a hard one. I think it'll be the same way it was in the Super Bowl. You know, it might bounce away for the Eagles, might bounce away for the Chiefs. It's in the middle for me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. This team, both of these teams know how to win games.
Yes.
And it really is just going to come down to who makes the biggest play. And that's what it came down to in the Super Bowl, and that's what it came down to last night. Because it really wasn't that game was a reflection of how most of everyone has looked this year. That was not a dominant performance by either side. The Eagles just found a way to win that game. And sometimes the Chiefs do that as well. So
coin flip.
It is, because these are the 2 best teams in the NFL.
So then, full circle, James. I was going to say, full circle then, because the first question I asked y'all when we came on camera was,
I agree. Eagles. I agree. I'm tripping, right? Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, Eagles gonna win. I'm tripping. He doesn't check me like, hey, boys, you crazy. I came over for you, and you acting like that? You right.
I came
Eagles
outside
gonna win.
this whole studio. And you talking about it could go either way.
That's how you check your homie when he tripping.
And I was going the same way. I'm going Eagles. When I was watching that game last night, and you guys did a really good job up there, who was your X factor?
Devontae Smith.
Come on.
I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy.
As I was watching the
game,
I'm like, dang, okay. They took A.J. Brown away. Whether you want one-on-one coverage, whether you send in safety help, they took him out of the game, right? Who showed up? Devontae Smith when the game was on the line. Who else balled? The other Swift.
Swift, yeah, you my boy right here.
The other Swift, right? So I just think watching that game, the Eagles have more. And I said it yesterday, too. Jalen don't got to play his best football because he has more. And that was clear watching the game that the Eagles have more. Devontae Smith, 2 big catches. One he made on the 3rd down, and the other one he made to put him down on the 1-yard line, and then the tush push comes.
Holla if you hear me.
The Eagles just have more. The Eagles got more.
Eagles got more, and it is fair to say that Slim agrees.
That's
that right, Slim?
what an Eagle sounds like, Shady.
I respect that.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.